Vedanta teaches us is that we all human beings have inner power. We all have supreme wisdom within us. And the moment we become aware of that supreme wisdom, we start to lead a miraculously magical life. When we experience the glimpse of this inner wisdom, when we come in contact with this supreme wisdom within us, then we start to carry so much power in us all the times. We become very aware soul. We start operating out of higher awareness. Our thinking becomes magical. And our intuitive powers become very strong. So, in simple words, if we really need to understand what that means, is when we live in higher consciousness, then something very magical, something very divine starts to happen with our life every moment. How do we know where we are living? The simple rule of thumb is that anywhere below our waistline, when we live in that consciousness below waistline, that's lower consciousness. Means ordinary living, ordinary life. Anything above waistline, higher up, is living in higher consciousness, embracing the higher wisdom, higher clarity, higher power of thinking, awesome power, powerful self that you carry wherever you go. The difference between the two is when we lead life in lower consciousness, then we are living an ordinary life like any other person. But when we start living in the higher consciousness, then we start doing extraordinary things. We transform from ordinary to extraordinary person. Now, very, very, very few people have the desire to live in the extraordinary way. 99.9% of the people are living in the ordinary way, in lower consciousness. Let's look at our life. Now, last week I promised you we were going to talk about different states of consciousness today. It's a little bit deeper subject, but we all have been meeting for such a long time. I think we all are ready now to dive into this today, because it's very interesting if you pay attention to it. So let's look at our life when it starts and we're born as a baby. The first stage when we are a baby is full of purity, innocence. Babies are so innocent, but they are very alert. Look at the original qualities that we are born with: innocence, purity, alert, very trusting. And as we grow to the second stage of life, ego is born. Now all of a sudden, we want some identity. We want to be noticed. We want a label. But with all these, the other characteristics of ego, they come to our life, which is fear comes, attachment comes, stress comes. So, time comes in our life when we think, oh my God, this is not the real image of our true self. This is just a social mask that we all have been carrying. And we move to the third stage in our life, and that is called the achiever. The achiever is born, and now we want fame, wealth, name, success, performance. Through our achievements, all of that is going on with a lot of determination and willpower to gain material success. So ego and innocence is still there, but out of those two stages, achiever is born. That the desire to achieve something in life, to possess material possessions. And once we achieve so much, we have the name, we have the fame, we have the wealth, but still part of us is not very content. Within us, we still feel there is a void. That yes, we have obtained everything, but at the cost of losing that inner state of happiness, that lost so much of peace while achieving all this. Lost that state of balance. Stresses and strains start to accumulate in life. All that is happening. The inner bankruptcy is taking place. Outer flourishing is happening. Achiever is born. Now all of a sudden, the idea comes to mind that there has to be something more to it, more to life. Because this is not where I want to settle. The material successes no longer are satisfying you at this stage. Because all the material successes have its beginning, middle and end. Even this life, one day this will end too. So the message comes to our mind, live well, so there is no regret. And that's the day seeker is born within you. So first three stages of life truly reflect the first three states of inner consciousness. And we all have heard the first three stages of inner consciousness, and that is deep sleep, dream state and waking up. We all are very familiar. This is what an ordinary person, a non-yogic person is every day going through these three states of life. Either we are sleeping, and when we are sleeping, we are in deep sleep. What does that mean? When we are in deep sleep, very deep sleep, then the stimuli of outer world really cannot disturb us. You know how sometimes dog could be barking or there could be thunderstorms, but we get up and we've not felt it because we slept so deep. The outer noises do not touch us, deep sleep state. And when we move from deep sleep to dream state, then we are experiencing the glimpse of dreams. And when we are dreaming in the night, we think as if this is real. Isn't it that, you're moving in different phases of dreams thinking, oh, this is very real. And then when we move from dream state to waking up state, we all of a sudden in the morning, now we are up and we look back and we think about the dream and say, aha, that was just a dream. It was all in my head. That truly didn't happen with me. And the ordinary person is continuously just living his life in these three states of consciousness. And now the seeker is born, where there is curiosity to explore more, explore something that is permanent, that is not in transient nature, that stays with me all the times, and that gives me the capability to live worldly life and spiritual life. that I start living 200% of the life. That I am in the world, but I am not in the world. For everyone, yes, I am living in the world, but I have risen above the stresses and strains of life. And this fourth stage of consciousness is called wake-up state. When we move from waking up state to wake-up state, then also we feel the same as we felt when we moved from dream state to waking up state. Now we look back at the wake-up state, say, aha, I thought that was real. But now what I am experiencing, it is so interesting, it is so powerful. I have never felt this way about life. You feel so much empowered. Like when Buddha, he realized, he said when he experienced realization, he said, I am waking up from the dream state which is called life. This life is the waking state. But when you wake up from that waking state, then all of a sudden you feel that you're so empowered. You become very extraordinary, you've transformed, that you carry so much wisdom. Anything that you think of, it starts to manifest in your life. Your intuitive power becomes so strong. You think of a person, the person pops in. You think of someone, the call comes in from that person. It happens sometimes, right? Now it happens all the times. Your intuitive state becomes very sharp. Your thinking becomes so magical. Whatever you think, it becomes a physical reality. Your dreams start to manifest. It's called effortless way of living life. Magical way. In the first three states of consciousness, you have to work hard on every little thing separately. You want to achieve, you want to perform. You are told or taught there are limits to life. Whatever you do, you go to gym, your personal trainer says, these are your highs, these are lows, don't exceed these points. You go to the school and academic literature teaches you, this is the highest you can go here. Limitations are taught. And anything you attain, you cannot sustain for a long time. Today you have it, tomorrow you don't. And when you move to this extraordinary way of living in a higher state of consciousness, then there is no highs, no lows. Everything you achieve, you sustain. It becomes one with you. Then you no longer have to work hard to achieve each and everything individually. Everything that's good becomes part of you. Like all the laws of universe, power of attention, power of attraction, power of acceptance, non-reactiveness, balanced state of mind, joy, peace, happiness, inner strength, passion, divine love, caring, friendly attitude, all these become part of you. Just by doing one thing, move up in your consciousness. Easier way, one master key opens the door of every success. And it stays with you, there is no end to it. So when we are moving from waking up to wake up state, all of a sudden we start to feel as if everything is within my reach. Even scientists have done a study that our nervous system goes through neurological changes, that if our brain waves are studied in this higher stage of consciousness, you'll see the brain waves start to function differently, our heart starts to beat differently, our breathing patterns are different, our metabolic rate is different. Everything works in an extraordinary way, very different than the first three states of consciousness. That's the dream state, sleep state and waking up state. This is the research that science has done, that in that cosmic consciousness, in that waking up consciousness, in that divine consciousness, in that united consciousness, everything within our neurological system, it performs differently, much, much better than the normal systems. One of the poets have said so beautifully, said that when death is stalking you, the priorities of life change. Your life becomes very magical. You start living. When you become aware life is short, then every minute what you do, what you achieve is so much higher than when you just take life for granted. We know the life is very unpredictable. This higher knowledge helps us to live each moment well. So no matter how much we live, but every moment that we live, it's full of awareness, inner strength, inner beauty, passion, divine love. It's unparalleled, second to none. Extraordinary, magical, miraculous way of living. And it happens. It happens. And that's when we start to feel. There is a poet who said, everybody knows that there is drop in every ocean, but very few people know there is ocean in every drop. That is what we're talking about here, that higher consciousness within us. That's when we say, in Sanskrit it's called Aham Brahmasmi, that the entire power of world lies within me. The entire power of world lies within me. Aham Brahmasmi. In Christianity it's called Abraham. You heard that? Means that the peridomio human being. And in Islam it's called Anal Haq. That I am that grandeur of the universe, I am that beauty, I am that infinity power, I am that strength. So every religion talks about this higher consciousness, this higher power that resides within us. And yogic science teaches us, my child, no, you have a choice. You want to live a life in lower consciousness, an ordinary life, or you want to live in a higher consciousness, an extraordinary way. The choice lies with you. I've given you the freedom. I've equipped you with everything that you need to lead these kinds of lives. The choice is yours. How much work you want to put in, how aware you want to be, and how much you want to connect with the inner world, with that inner power. Because once we connect with that inner power of soul, that self, and operate out of that consciousness, everything we touch is supreme. It's unparalleled. Everything we do, it's so different, so unique, so positive than anybody else. And that's something we all can attain. So, yogic science continuously awakens us. My child, be aware, awaken to this power and live with that power and see the miracles of life. So with these words of wisdom, we are going to start our stretches today. Let's go ahead and stand up.